What we're going to do in this series is show you ways that you can create that whole ass energy, because half-assed just won't do. All right, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about juicing, the way of bringing natural nutrition into your body to absolutely optimize the level of energy that you have all day long. I gotta tell you, not only am I excited to be today here with you and this beautiful selection of food, but also the beautiful and talented Iris Briand, registered dietitian and local food chef. And also she's one of those people who stands up and surfs, with the paddle. It's awesome to watch. All right. Well, in any case, Iris, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and we're looking forward to getting your take on the role of natural food in our bodies and how it plays a role in our overall level of energy. You're going to tell us a little bit about that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. And I am Dion. Let's get right into it. So, give me an idea. We've got a lot of different colors of food here, Iris. Why is the reason for that?
Yeah, so it's really important to be able to diversify your plate and make sure to offer a lot of colors when you're presenting food. Not only for color, of course, looks great, but also it's really important for your body to be able to get a lot of different colors, and each color represents different antioxidants. So it's really important to be able to diversify them, because you'll be able to get a multitude of different antioxidants, which are really beneficial for your immune system, for your energy levels, and also for preventing cancers and other diseases that are related to oxidation.
Interesting. So, to market Skittles a little bit, what you really want to do is try to taste the rainbow.
Oh yes, taste the rainbow.
All right,
That's
fantastic.
Perfect.
And there's a lot more beyond just tasting the rainbow, right? I mean, don't you actually make as part of your specialty putting foods together for certain ways, for certain types of things?
My main specialty is being able to create foods that are actually acceptable and health promoting for different disease states or disorder states. So allergies or food intolerances, different digestive disorders such as SIBO. This is a small intestinal bacteria overgrowth, and all of these foods that I create and that we have here today are very powerful in helping the healing process of a variety of different disease states and disorders of the gut.
Fantastic. All right, so you have real experience with this, not just from the taste side, but also from the health supporting side.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right, so why is it so important then to actually juice? Why not just, eat your salad?
So there's two different reasons why you would juice. So the first one would be if you are in a specific disease state in which your body needs this specific cleanse, or for example, in the beginning stages of the GAPS diet, which is the gut and psychology syndrome. This is particular for digestive disorders. You may need to drink a lot of broths, do a lot of like bone broths and stuff like that to make sure you're healing the gut. And in this process of this GAPS diet and other related protocols for different digestive disorders and disease processes such as cancer, you may need to have something very soft on your digestive tract, something that doesn't take a lot of energy to go through your system. So for example, juices, you want to make sure you don't offer too many fruits, because it can be too much blood sugar all at once. So it's very important to make sure you get a good balance in your juice, but it could be very important for people with specific digestive disorders to offer some juicing in the beginning stages of entering into a diet such as the GAPS diet in order to heal the gut, which also your immune system is in your gut. So people who need to heal their immune system or just have an imbalance of bacteria in their colon and in their digestive tract.
You talked about bone broth. Is that actual bones, animal bones?
Yeah, so you, with GAPS and with other diets that are healing of the gut, you almost always want to start, obviously unless you're a vegetarian, you want to start with bone broths, actually taking chicken bones, fish bones, beef, cow bones, any kind of really bones with some meat on it, and boiling those bones up for a matter of hours. What happens is all of these, the cartilage and the marrow and everything the bone gets softened up enough that you can actually use that marrow and the cartilage and all this, and these components of the bones are very, very healing for the gut. And what happens in food allergies, food intolerances, digestive disorders, all main problems stem from the digestive tract. Even learning disorders, autism, epilepsy, and other disorders actually are related to the gut as well. And so this is why it's so important to be able to heal that first before any other healing can take place. And so those bone broths are really important to be able to include those in the diet of someone who's trying to heal from a variety of different problems.
So interesting. So what do you do if you are a vegetarian?
If you're a vegetarian, there's other ways. Again, juicing can help as well, do a cleansing process of the gut, but it's still not as healing as the properties of the bone, which are actually coming in and helping to repair the gut. So there are other ways of doing it, but the bone broth, from the research that I've done, they work really, really well for helping to clear up a lot of problems and food allergies.
Okay, terrific. So great to know. And that sort of, it goes to one of my little pet points, which is different things are required at different times for different people, right? So, even if you're vegetarian, if you're really in a situation where you might require the additional support, maybe for a short period of time, you look at that going into those bones temporarily. And then return back to your vegetarian diet. All right, cool. So what we're going to do is, and I think probably the best way to show, there are a lot of different kinds of juicers out there, let me put it this way. There's a lot of different ways of getting the vegetables and fruits that you see in front of you into a very easily digestible, quickly eaten process. All right. The three main ones that I'm familiar with are, of course, blenders. Kind of like the one you probably already have on your counter. Second one are centrifugal juicers, and the third one are slow press, cold press juicers like our Huron here. Blenders leave everything in. Right, so you're going to end up with all the fiber, everything else, and they work by very fast rotating blades. The two other types are centrifugal juicers and cold press, slow press juicers. A centrifugal juicer, which is what we used to have in my own home, the Jack LaLanne, they're great. They will juice your food. They remove the fiber, and not all the fiber. They just remove some of it, and the fiber is what can really in too much quantity, most people just don't digest it very well. We're not cows, right? We don't have the multiple stomachs to get rid of all that. So centrifugal juicers do remove the fiber, but what they leave in is most of the nutrients. But again, they work through speed and very fast, pressing up against these like a grater, essentially, inside the machine. And so again, you're dealing with that high speed and therefore slightly higher temperature process. So you get good quality juice, but do you remember before when we taste tested the two?
Oh yeah, it was such a huge difference.
Huge difference. I mean, it's very difficult to even express unless you actually take juice from a centrifugal juicer and juice from a slow press. So what's different about the slow press juicer? Do you want to speak to that at all?
Yeah, so we did a demo with it last time we were together, and I remember it was just such a huge difference in terms of the quantity of juice that actually produced, and also so there was a lot less waste, and the juice tasted a lot better.
As we're going through this, I'm going to just share with you a couple of little taste secrets that I've picked up in the process. Some people will just love the green, and you can just throw wheatgrass. I mean, this actually will juice wheatgrass, which is one of the things that's a huge limitation of most juicers. They will not do wheatgrass. This will do wheatgrass. It can even do bananas, but for the purpose of what the juice that we're trying to create today, we just let Iris eat the bananas because we're going to make something akin to a Bloody Mary. All right, and the magic of this is, besides the taste, there's a few particular ingredients that I found can really make all the difference in the palatability of it when you're getting ready to drink it. That takes it from just being something you kind of have to do for your health to something you don't mind getting up and putting together every day because it's just that good. A couple mechanical, practical points. I want everything to be in segments of 2 inches or less. The celery will bind up around the auger and can actually prevent other juices from coming out. So I always recommend that you do celery last. Other tips, you want to alternate hard foods like carrots and apples with softer things like tomato or lettuce. Just again, we're tasting our rainbow, right? 2 or 3 ingredients that really kick this up a notch. Tomatoes, surprising for the tomato juice flavor. That's what gives you the Bloody Mary taste. But something I found, no matter what, even if you're not looking for a tomato style flavor, is ginger. Okay, fresh ginger, it will, it adds to the flavor.
It really kicks it up a notch.
It really does. Lemon. Lemon just gives it a little spritz. And you know, lemon, of course, by itself has a ton of health properties. And yeah, just go ahead and help yourself. Lemon will give it beyond the citrus. It just gives it another little zing to it.
And lime is important.
Lemon and lime, okay. So fantastic. And did we get lime here today?
We do.
We do, okay. Because I've not yet juiced lime yet, so we'll see how that goes. All right. Word from the dietitian chef. And then jalapenos, one thin slice of jalapeno will add a zing to the whole thing. Tell us, what are some of the benefits of some of the very specific things that we've got here? And you'll hear, we'll be talking with this thing going. It's not very loud at all.
So, firstly, ginger. So this tiny root is power-packed with all sorts of benefits. It has warming powers, also with circulation. It's an antibacterial, antimicrobial agent, so it's really wonderful for immune system and stuff like that. Really, it's just an extreme immune enhancer. That's like the main thing about it. It's also helpful for regulating the blood. So people who have any kind of blood issue, it's really good for circulation of all sorts. Cabbage. Cabbage is an amazing vegetable. So cabbage is a cruciferous vegetable. You want to watch out for eating too much of it raw, because it actually does lower the thyroid if you eat too much of it. It's a goitrogen, yeah. So you want to make sure to not eat too much raw cruciferous vegetables. So cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. You want to steam them for maximum potential in terms of nutrition. But of course, some raw cabbage is not going to lower your thyroid too much. It's very, very high in vitamin C. Higher to use it to prevent scurvy, actually. And you can obviously make sauerkraut and kimchi out of it, which are two very wonderful probiotic sources.
We also were talking a little bit more about some of the things that, some of the benefits of juicing. One of the things that we talked about is, you know, there's so many different things that you can put in your body nowadays that are just plain no good for your body, but all sorts of chemical stimulants, both natural and chemical stimulants that really aren't native to your body and to your body's function, but so many people are requiring nowadays just to keep awake, just to be able to do what it is they got to do. You know, number one being, of course, coffee. Well, you know, one of our hosts here for the kitchen also talked about 5-hour energy, and it reminded me that I used to drink coffee, and as soon as I started juicing, I had so much energy. And by the way, it comes on faster than coffee, and it lasts longer. So this can replace your 5-hour energy drink. And there's no downsides to it, but there are some beneficial side effects. And you're talking a little bit about some of that.
You know, a lot of teenagers and 20-something-year-olds and up are using, obviously anybody can be using coffee, but also all of these energy drinks that are coming out. And why is there such a market for energy drinks? Well, it's because we have so much responsibility in our fast-paced society, and yet not enough energy to cover all the things that we need to do in a day. So the juicing is a really good way to get a power punch of vitamins and minerals and enzymes in just a little glass. You know, you don't want to be drinking too much of juice, because that can, of course, spike your blood sugars if you are in fact using a lot of fruit in there. So you do want to specifically, you know, concoct your juice to be kind of more integrated for your own body type. So some people may need a little bit more sugar because they're more active. If you're really on the go and an athletic type, you might need a little bit more of that sugar in there. But really, it's important to get a lot of the veggies. You know, celery is a good way. It does have a lot of fiber, but it also has a lot of water content. So that gets that salty flavor in there instead of so much of the sweet flavor. So you want to include things like herbs, cilantro, basil, ginger, hot peppers, and these help to give a lot of flavor, and that will help to just make it taste good, but without adding, a lot of that sugar content that we're talking about. So there are a lot of benefits of it, including the fact that it's just so packed in a small amount of food. So it's called nutrient dense calories. So it's not calorically dense, because fruits and vegetables are more nutrient dense than they are calorically dense.
Great point. Find the balance nutritionally that's right for you, and then use some of these little tips to increase the flavor for you. Throwing a little green onion in there gives a little bit more of that flavor. And again, when you're shooting for that Bloody Mary style flavor we're going for here, that all makes sense. It's in keeping with the actual flavor that you want to achieve. Everything that you saw here is not what's required for you to just make yourself breakfast in the morning, right? For one person, easily one plate will have enough if you got a good selection of rainbow ingredients. For this segment, though, we're out of time. We had so much fun putting all this stuff together. Let's hit the high points, all right? So, again, juicing will give you instant energy. It's pure nutrient power that will go straight, not just towards energy, mental clarity, mood elevation, right? And it'll come on fast and it'll stay a long time. Replaces your 5-hour energy drinks, replaces high-calorie, sugary foods and caffeine and artificial stimulants.
And meanwhile, you're doing all of this without stressing out your adrenals, because as we're talking about, how the juicing can help to replace the 5-hour energy in the coffee. Those are really stimulating the cortisol to come out, and if you stress out the adrenals, which releases that cortisol, you can actually have adrenal fatigue, in which you're going to be going throughout life very low, very lethargic, not much energy, and you really can't restore that unless you go in a restoration mode where you're helping to heal yourself over again. So this is actually working with your body to create an energetic presence and happiness for something that you have to depend on, and then which actually drains you overall. So
fantastic.
Getting into this lifestyle really helps to move away from something that could be detrimental to yourself, and you can just feel better and help people around you feel better as well.
So in other words, just sort of taking care of yourself from a purely physical standpoint can lead to a more positive outlook where you don't have to create drama in your life. Or interesting. All right, and that's another take on it too. So when you feel good about yourself, you tend to make better choices.
It's a mind-body connection.
Right. Fantastic. We just stirred it all up. When you might have noticed when we were first creating the juice that it creates layers as the different veggies and fruits come out. But we just had to get a taste of it here on camera before we say goodbye to you folks. So, cheers.
Cheers.
To your health. To your health. Oh, that's good.
So
yeah, come on out, guys. You're going to enjoy this. We'll see you next time.
That's so good.
That's good. Iris Brienne, look at that. All right, registered dietitian, local food chef, super substitute specialist for giving you the foods that will restore your body to health and take it to optimal health. And Dion GeBorde, take care.